Finally, we have more information about this game, and it's not really what I expected. Yes, I expected a third-person story-driven game, but not quite like this. Let's take a look at the demo, and I'll explain what I mean. As we start up the demo, the menu hints at an element I had not expected to see in this game. A pixelated logo? Okay. We start the game and are thrown right into the story, as it seems like the main character INDIKA and a man have been thrown off a bike. The man has a pretty fucked up arm that seems to have been rotting for quite a while. INDIKA wants to amputate it.
If we don't amputate it, you won't survive the afternoon.
And we get some more information about the man. A prisoner, and the arm was supposed to have been amputated a week ago. And he's also talking to God, apparently.
I'm also talking to God.
If this is true, this is the first sign in the demo that something weird is going on here. An interesting dynamic here is that if what I read on the Steam page is true, INDIKA is talking to the devil. But we'll get back to that one later. They get up and jump on the bike. Doesn't look like a bike I have ever seen. Sure, this is the 19th century, but still. We ride a bike for a while as the two characters talk about things that have happened earlier in the game. Something about a train and how he took INDIKA as a hostage. We arrive by some houses and a blocked road.
Who the fuck would do this? It's as if they blocked the passage on purpose.
The brake is rusted shut. I have to find something to get rid of the screw.
We start to look for a way to get the brakes of the cart unstuck. We enter a house.
Maybe there's something in that shed.
And light a candle. And we get what looks like a pixelated Gloria that appears. And we get some points added to the total at the top left. The points and the level system in the game seems to be pixelated. And everything connected to that seems to be pixelated as well. Because next we open a book. Here we get points as well. We go out the back of the house, jump down and find a shed. It's locked. But we find a ladder that can be moved. I like the nice touch here that you can place the ladder in a lot of places and you don't have to place it in a specific spot, or that the game gives you a big marker where the ladder needs to go. You have to kind of find it yourself. In the shed we find a wrench, so it's time to head back. We also find a wooden figure, and here is where we level up. Here we can see that we are level 9. I don't know what max level is, but if we're level 9, we should be at least a few hours into the game. The nodes here on the level system seems to revolve around getting more points. No real abilities here or anything. The points doesn't seem to fill any purpose either or function. I don't know if the points are just there for a score to beat at the end for your next playthrough, or if they can be used in the game somehow. We use the ladder again and return.
Found a wrench.
Give it to me.
As we free the card.
Fuck.
Lord have mercy.
What's that?
Just a
A
dog.
dog, you say.
Calm down.
I hate them. Hurry up.
Now that to me looked like a bear, but then it jumps and you see a furry big dog. I mean, this looks like something straight out of a
We won't
nightmare.
hurt you.
Are you crazy? Run.
And I kind of walk forward here as she was so nice to it, but the game wants us to run, so we do. The two characters end up talking a bit in the barn as we have found safety in there, and the man explains that he needs to go to the cadets in Spasov in order to get his arm healed. He's on a journey.
If you're God's chosen one, why didn't God heal you completely right away? The cadets.
Yeah, exactly. Basically, yeah. It has nothing to do with my arm. It's about the path.
We help the guy get out, but we can't get out ourselves the same way, so we head up. And here someone starts talking and narrating.
Of course it wasn't a coincidence, and now INDIKA realized it too. She had heard about the Kudets and its miracles, but right now, in Spasov,
First, I just think the game is narrated at a few points. Weird music also starts.
be an everyday occurrence. Also, INDIKA took a liking to him.
Who, this one? No.
But then INDIKA talks back, and this is where I have to assume this is the devil talking. We now also get some backstory of where INDIKA is headed. She was supposed to deliver a letter to a monastery, and we get an interesting discussion or monologue here about the devil wants her to open the letter, but INDIKA says opening the letter is a greater sin than not delivering it. And I love this because now the devil starts comparing sins.
Sin than not delivering it.
Greater? How much greater?
Twice as much. I don't know.
About murder. Let us put that at 1,000 letters. That would mean that if a postman were to lose a sack full of letters, we'd have a murderer.
It's really entertaining. We get to the top and go through the door, and here we decide to open the ladder. And as we do, the roof is ripped off. I really like this element as we have sin and give it in to the devil. The nice mechanic here is that we can pray and restore the world. This opens up a cool mechanic where we must switch between the two worlds in order to get to the other side of the room and get out. As we make it through, we are reunited with our companion.
Where's the dog?
Good question. I haven't heard it for a while.
I don't know if this is intended, but when I look at the characters and they're not talking, their mouths are still moving. I don't know if the animation has bugged or if they're supposed to talk here, but it's throughout this whole area. Kind of weird. We also find out what this place is.
I figured out what this place is. This is Denisovka, the paint factory.
We move on and head out onto the ice, as this seems to be the only way forward. We have a neat little ice puzzle. This actually got me trapped for a few minutes, but after a while I figured it out.
Won't work with me.
And then the dog attacks us again.
Dumb bitch.
And he just calls us dumb bitch.
Why are you standing around?
I don't know if it's meant for the dog or INDIKA, but she totally ignores it. We crawl through some pipes and find our next puzzle. Nothing special, have been done so many times before. Basically drag a box, jump on top, receive, put it in a mechanic, and then the elevator is up and running. We take the elevator up, or the dumb weight, as we have an obstacle blocking the actual lift. A bit of a balancing, and then some fierce music starts, and the dog is back and chasing us again. I don't know what it is about this music, but it makes the chase so much more intense. It really crawls up my back. I die a few times here as I take the wrong path a few times. After a few attempts, I get it right and the dog falls to his death. And then we get this angle of the dog. It's kind of disturbing and also kind of mesmerizing. And we get another interesting conversation here about sin and if dogs can sin versus humans.
There are no sinners among dogs. Only humans can sin. Tempted by the devil. And that dog, its humans left, stopped feeding it. So it became a matter of survival.
Interesting. So what's the difference between a human and a dog?
Kind of long, so I won't play the whole thing here. This is also the end of the demo, but man, this game got me so intrigued and more hype for the game. I love the premise of good and evil and God and the devil. I really hope they use the sin mechanic a lot more, and I'm so curious of where they are going to take this game. As I mentioned, the game is set during the 19th century in an alternate Russia. I like that statement, like they have more freedom to do whatever they want, and you'll get more unpredictable stuff. The game unfortunately don't have a release date yet. Steam says Q1 this year, so I'm hoping for that. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.